I said, oh, it's another morning. And even though I sinned yesterday, you've forgiven my ways this morning. So before I go in these streets, I sit and I pray. Father, please show me I'm gonna be just fine.
Yo, welcome to my new podcast, Diosa's Therapy and Sessions. And of course, I'm Diosa, and I'm super excited for you guys to go on this journey with me because it's a journey full of adventure. It's a journey full of conversations, full of debates, full of arguments, full of pain, full of just reality, period. And because I'm a strong believer that in life, we don't do nothing by ourselves. Of course, this podcast is not going to be just about me and my life. No, I do enough of that on the daily. I give you guys advice of the day, every day. So, today I'm going to have some beautiful, beautiful guests. I'm going to have them today. I'm going to have them every Wednesday because, yes, we're going to be on with you guys every single Wednesday, giving you guys motivation, giving you guys positivity, all of that good vibes that you need. You're going to find that here with Diosa and her friends and family and all the guests that are going to be on here. This is nothing, once again, but positivity. So, Let's cut the talking out. I mean, I do enough of that daily, right? Let's bring our guest in, okay? Today we have my marvelous sister, my most handsome nephew, and my beautiful niece, okay? Come on in, guys. What's up? Okay, so we're in. We're all drinking something. Of course, we have Sarabi here. Y'all know her already. You know, she has to come around and do her thing too. She knows it started. By the way, did you guys properly introduce yourselves? Because I think I just said my sister, my nephew, my niece. All right, so let's do this the right way.
Definitely didn't.
You are
Eileen.
okay.
Darlene. That's funny.
And I'm the nephew, DeAndres.
He is the nephew DeAndre, the fine nephew,
AKA,
if I might add.
AKA Andy.
And we're all a family of entrepreneurs, okay? So I am going to be putting their information because these are people that, just like me, we want to influence everyone else, the whole world if possible, to strive, to look after what they want, to believe in dreams, to believe most of all in themselves because, well, this is why we're so connected. And the whole point is to continue connecting with people like us, with people with a positive mindset, with the people that actually have ganas. How do you say ganas? They have the desire, the ambition to actually get somewhere. And I understand because we all understand that it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's super hard. Just like it's hard to start anything, which is the reason why this is the subject today. It's not that it was hard getting to it. I want to get there. I want to do this. I want to give people what they want because they're giving me what I want. Part of the reason why I'm doing this today is because of the people. Because my story has been such an influence to so many people, but then their stories have been such an influence to me that's where I say, you know what, I can't give up. But we all know that we can't give up, right? Like a lot of us, we know that.
Most of
but
us, I hope.
Why is it that it's so hard for us to start something?
I think it's just overthinking.
Procrastination.
On top
That's
of
the key.
procrastination.
Right.
I think procrastination out of everything is the key word there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because when you overthink and you overthink
and the days go by
and the days go
and the
by
months
and
go
time
by.
goes by and before you know it, it's a year in, 2-3 years in, and you still haven't done anything with your life.
Okay, but for example, for a person like me, it's not really overthinking it. I wasn't overthinking it. I was ready. I was ready to do it. But it was like,
you just didn't know where to start.
Right.
And it is overthinking it because it is overthinking it because the whole reason you didn't know where to start is because you were overthinking how you were gonna start the actual video.
Right.
Like actually.
Right.
Realistically, it is the overthinking, because then the days go by and you're like, oh, I need to call these people to talk about it, to help, and another day goes by and another week goes by.
For example, you're in between the topics and what
do I say? How do I start it?
How do we do the intro?
We came
Just
up with
something
this
that small takes such a long time.
So for those that don't know, which is all of you guys that don't know, I just started this and like literally before starting, I was like, okay, so what do I say? And you're all looking at me like, Dios, are you serious right now? I mean, you talk more than anyone. You always got something to say. I mean, and I'm here like, no. It's like, I know what to say, but how do I say it? So this is what happens to the whole world. Mm-hmm. This is what happens to everyone daily. We all want something, and we all have the desire, but then a lot of us, we just don't know how to start. Mm-hmm. Now, the question is, what do you do? What do you do? Because, for example, I did it, but how exactly did I do that? Because I didn't know how, and it wasn't until you guys came over that I was like, okay, but what do I do? But what subject do I start with? But what?
That's normal. Like, everybody needs, when you're in that space, like, everybody needs someone to take them out of them. Because it's like, in Spanish we say, like, te tranca. Like, your brain literally locks up, and it's like, you can't think, even though you're completely, like, capable of thinking of a solution. It happens to me all the time. Like, all the time.
Right.
And
like
he literally comes up with something, like, in 2 seconds, and I'm like, oh.
Right.
And it's just because your brain locks up. It's like, I can't do it, and that's it.
Right. So then what I'm hearing is that, again, it goes back to the same thing. Then you just said, well, a lot of times yo me tranco, that's like having a brain fart, like being stuck. Mm-hmm. Like, I know what I want to do, but I can't really get to that, or I don't know how, but then he comes and gives you an idea like this.
Exactly.
Right. And then that's how you come about, more or less, okay, now I'm going to move forward. Right. So then we go back to...
It's the same thing that happens when we come over.
Yeah, every time we come over.
Right. So every time you guys come over here, what happens?
I mean, we speak on topics, and from those topics that we elaborate on. We have breakthroughs. Exactly. We have breakthroughs on things to do. Like, for example, this podcast came about because, I don't know if you remember, about like 2 years ago, literally 2 years ago, we were sitting down and we were talking about, doing a podcast on FaceTime, that she called us, and
because
we
were talking, you made it on Spotify, right?
Right.
And we're like, bro, we're thinking of doing a podcast, and then we finally got to talking about it, but we never went full.
And it was 2 years. So
and then 2 years later.
So then this was happening. But then 2 years later is when we actually came about doing it. Mm-hmm. So it took us 2 years to actually get to doing it. But I had all the ideas. I had all the, I was already ready. It still took me till now, although I wanted to start this last month. So what I'm seeing here at the end is, like I always say, no one ever does anything alone.
It goes literally, it goes back, because you always need another perspective.
Right.
You always need
And there's a lot of people out there, you know what I see, that there's a lot of people out there that they make it, and they're like, oh, I did this. Mm-hmm. I did this by myself. There's a lot of people that actually say that. Yeah. And honestly, no.
there's this quote that says, if you want to get far, if you want to get far fast, do things alone. If you want to get somewhere, exactly how the quote went.
But look at
it kind of went. If you want to get somewhere fast, do it by yourself. If you want to get somewhere far and in time, do it with a team and do it with people around you. That's what it means.
Right. So it's usually like that. So I'm not going to say that there isn't certain people.
I found it.
What is it?
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's the quote of the episode. Say
that one more time. You got to say that one more time. Say it louder, girl. Say it louder. Say it louder.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Okay? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. But that's the way it is. A lot of us out here are like, damn, we're struggling because maybe our family members don't support us. Maybe our closest friends or the people that we grew up with don't support us. But you know that I do come to realize that sometimes it's the closest people that you have around you that slow you down.
Of course.
I mean, and this is something very common because this is reality.
Yeah.
This is something that just happens on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
And then the reason why we're actually doing this now is because we have all ages here. That's another thing. That, I mean, I don't mind saying my age because I'm like the wine, baby. I'm going backwards. Yes, I just turned 38 and I'm proud of it. You know? And then we got, you know, how you think she is? 58 people? She just looked young.
I'm only 39.
Guys. Oh, you are 39. Oh. I was like, oh, no way, she is 1 year older. She is 39. Okay, so we got all ages, as you can see. Then we have...
I'm 19.
She's a baby.
19, a baby. 19 going on 40, though. Like, you know, the mindset is there. It's there.
She's the baby.
Then we have...
I'm 20, dog.
He's 20, dog. The fine-ass baby. So, but this is the reason why I love this so much, because you have all ages, you have, you know, and no, we're going to have a lot more people here. I'm talking about like from our kids. We're going to have things that to show you guys with our kids too and everything, because like I said, the whole point of what we're doing is to, I say it in Spanish all the time. Yo quiero marcar la diferencia en el mundo. Right? And how would we say that?
Like a difference to impact.
Exactly. That's really that. Exactly. That's what it's about. Leaving a legacy. And a legacy, it's not only about what you can do or what you can create, but what you can influence on so many other people.
Absolutely.
And it's like, you know, I have a story to tell you, and we're gonna start, you know, when we start getting more into this, you guys are gonna find out more, because the reason why I wanted to do this and I wanted to make it such a reality. So this podcast, I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want it to be very much edited. I don't want it to be very much nothing, because for perfection and for shows and for things to come out normal, we have Netflix and chill. We have Disney, the Disney Plus. We got movies. So for the acting part, we got me too, because I am an actress, you know? But for the acting is that I really think that the world needs true stories. I really think that the world needs to hear, and not only hear it from an elderly, but from a person that's younger than you, because I didn't know where to start, but the people that I called was them, actually. And there's an age difference, and thanks to them, look, I sat down with them. Oh, but how? Thea, just start. What do you mean? And you know what? Why do people take so long to start? I'm like, shit. Like, so how is it that they helped me? And then for a lot of things, we actually, even me as a mom, as a parent, we look at our there's a lot of parents out there that say, oh no, my kids can't tell me. They can't give me, they're my kids. What do you mean? No. Your kids could probably see what we don't see.
You learn
for sure.
Everybody learns from everybody.
Everyone learns from everybody. So then how is it all I am to these people is an influence. But they're the same thing to me right back. This goes mutual. Like, we're collaborating together, because as I'm growing, they're growing, but they don't know the impact that they cause in me. Just like I've caused an impact in the world, and the world has caused an impact in me. I am a stronger person. And you know what? It does suck to say, my family is not who made me this strong. You know? And then at points, that's how I want to see it. But then afterwards, I'm like, you know what? I'm so wrong for that. Because a lot of us, we go through shit, especially in our household, okay? Everything comes from the household. You know, everything comes from home. From the child, from everything has a root. And a lot of us don't want to understand that. That's one of the parts.
Ready for that conversation.
Right. A lot of us, and a lot of parents. Because they're not ready for it either. Because, no, now I'm the parent, so it is what it is. So you're going to tell me? A lot of us are not ready for that. And those are, to me, those are things that a lot of times I see so different. For example, right now, this moment that we're talking right now, I forgot what I was saying. Right now. This is the type of podcast that you guys are welcome. That you guys. I need you guys to bring me back.
I think the whole thing has a lot to do. I know we've spoken a little bit on this before, but I think it has a lot to do with like our heritage. Like, cause you were saying that, like and I know what you're referring to. But it has a lot to do with our heritage and our like Cuban descent and shit like that.
The way that we were raised.
The way we were raised and our culture and stuff like that. That's why, stuff is like that.
Okay, stuff is like that how? Like what do you mean? That's why stuff is like...
I don't know if this is what he means, but I feel like the Cuban, I can't speak for like other Hispanic.
Right, but we're gonna speak for our culture that we're like, half Cuban, exactly. Puerto Rican, pero bueno, no, de dos pájaros la dos alas, no, it's like the same thing. We only have the colors, vice versa.
Eileen is more Cuban than us.
No, really, literally.
No,
okay,
actually,
no, pero literally.
The video.
Let's stop. Okay, let's
not talk about that. That's another topic.
Okay, no, for real. I feel like just the Cuban culture and those generations, they're just so stuck in their ways. Like, for them to have an open mind about things is like, it's hard. Right. And it's hard for them to be told that they're wrong by, like you said, like their own kids. Right. Even though those are the people that really know, because they're looking from the outside in, and they grew with you. And if you're able to be aware enough to figure that out, you see a lot of like why you are certain ways through like what you lived and what you saw and what you know.
Exactly.
It's the lights.
Okay.
It's warm. I took the air off.
No, I'm sweating.
She has a turtleneck, bro.
And I have a turtleneck, okay? But naturally, I am sweating this much because I am very nervous. I'm very nervous. I get very nervous to do all of these things. Yes, I connect a lot with people very well. That's what I love to do. I worked in the hospital for like over 15 years, and it wasn't until I saw the sign. The sign was, the hospital is too small for you. You need to be out there in the world to help a lot more people. So I took that. I accepted it. At the beginning, I was confused about it, but everything happens for a reason. Yep. So you lose some, but you win some. And that's really what it's about. And amongst all of that, now when this whole camera thing happened, I went viral thanks to Tina Lawson, Viola Davis, D.L. Hughley, a whole bunch of amazing artists and public figures and icons that just shared a motivational bullying video that I did with my girls. And that one day, this happened in 2019, right? Was it 2019? No. Or 2020?
2020, I think.
It happened in 2020. From that moment on, my life changed. I was at a dark place because of many things. My health issues is the main one. I am a very hyper person, very energetic. I'm always talking. I never shut up. I'm always trying to help humanity, the world, etc. I feel like I am God. But then again, my name is not Diosa for no reason. Okay, so I am a goddess. And amongst that, I have my little health issues, which I need. Exactly why I need this sometimes. You need a team, you need whatever. And then going back to the point that I was trying to make earlier, because these are the things that happen. Just like I lose it, all of a sudden it comes right back to me. Right? And we were talking about parents and children, how a lot of parents don't want to really listen to the children's advice. And then I was also saying that a lot of times, there's a lot of people that say, for example, okay, look, my family didn't support me. They didn't do this and that for me, whatever. So I went off and I did this on my own, right? And then I was saying that it sucks to say, but a lot of times there's something that we all know. The families and your friends are never the biggest supporters.
No,
never.
Never.
It's just not how it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really mean that they don't like what you're doing or that they don't believe in you or that they don't support you. Doesn't really mean that. It's just that you're their family, and they know you. Then it's different,
and it's weird. It makes no sense, but that's exactly how it is. Like,
right. And then my thing is, okay, take it. We're gonna talk about my life. I was what is it like ¿cómo se dice, the crazy one in the family, but there's a saying that we'd say for that. The black sheep. The black sheep. I spoke about that once. I spoke about being the black sheep. I've always been the black sheep to the family because I handle things in a crazy manner. That's what it was. Yeah. I would definitely not speak like I speak now. I was misunderstood, but because
she didn't know how to express herself.
I didn't know how to express myself. I would say things how they were. You know, so maybe for example, if you catch someone cheating on someone else, there's a way to tell someone that. It depends on the way that you want to pay that forward that will cause animosity or chaos or whatnot. Yeah. But you could say it in a way where the person could actually realize that, you know, I don't need to go over there and make a fuss. I just need to leave that situation because it's not good for me. You see what I'm saying? But everything is the way that you say things. Yeah. So what I see is that there's a lot of people that with their family, they didn't get the support. They didn't, you know, their family was not what pushed them to get to where they're at now. And then afterwards, and that's only because that's the way of them seeing it. My family didn't support me. My family didn't back me up. My family did nothing when I was going through this. But you kept doing whatever you kept doing. You left and you did it on your own, so you say, which is never really on your own because you just left and said, I'm going to disregard what my family tells me, but what I'm going to do now is just continue. The moment you continue, there was 1,000 other people that believed in you.
That impacted your life in millions other ways. Right. You might not even know.
Right. And because they believed in you, now you're probably you're in another level. You're growing, you're rising.
You use everything as motivation.
Right.
Maybe even if you're seeing it, it probably was not that way. That your family didn't support you, that your family didn't whatever, that you were self-made. But realistically, all of that just if you do it correctly and you take things how you're supposed to take it, that just motivates you to grind harder and to prove them wrong. And it's not even like in a bad blood kind of way, but it's just like, I did it.
It is what it is.
Right. So at the end of the day, usually we end up saying, my family never helped me. But one of the main reasons why you didn't give up is because your family didn't believe in you. So your family helped the fuck out of you, bitch. Yes, they did. Your family did help you. You just don't want to see it like that, or you refuse to see it like that because you're like, oh, no, they didn't support me. They didn't, you know, the best thing they did was not support you. Yep. The best thing they probably did was say, you're never going to become anyone in your life.
The best way to take it is like that.
You cared. You cared, actually. Yeah. And you cared so much that's why you made it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
But at the end of the day, who cares? Because look where you are.
Right.
And now I'm pretty sure they believe you now.
Of course.
They're not taking you for a joke now.
Right.
You get me? Because now things have changed, and now you have power and you have a position, you have a higher position in life, and they're like, whoa, he wasn't playing.
Right.
Because you did it.
But now the other difference is too, when you're a little black sheep like I used to be, like I said, I was a little crazy in the mind. Not everything was properly working out. Like I said, I wasn't doing the things as I'm doing them now. Yeah. So now it's also different the way they look at me.
You're a changed person.
Exactly. So then what I'm trying to say is that this happens to many of us daily. And what we don't realize is how much we truly help each other, even when we think that we're not supporting each other.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that is very crazy, and a lot of people don't actually say that. A lot of people don't talk about that. Nah, if it wasn't, my family didn't help me do anything. I did this on my own, and they didn't believe in me, and I said it. Watch that I'm going to prove you wrong. So shit. Thank God they didn't believe in you, because maybe if they would have believed in you, you would have done less. Exactly. And that's usually how it happens. If you actually think about it, and I think this happens to a lot of us. A lot of us can have a family member that if the mom or the dad helps them more than anyone, those are the ones that take the longest to do anything with their life.
Of course.
The neediest.
They're the ones that take the longest.
That's why the wealthier kids, like, the wealthier kids in most societies that are fed with a silver spoon, like they say, or a gold spoon, whatever you want to call it. They're
very nonchalant
about things, like, you know, they're like, oh fuck it, whatever, if I fuck up, like, you know,
right.
like,
I'm acting like I knew what nonchalant was.
So
it's like very chill,
like
laid
back.
Nonchalant, like
laid
I
back.
don't need to, laid back, exactly, laid back about everything.
Oh no, we're not nonchalants.
I mean, we can be. We're not at that status.
We're not at that status.
We're not at that status. You know, so we gotta grind. But since they got position, they got money, they got power of some sort.
They don't need to. And it's not even. We were just talking about that the other day, actually. Like, it's like when in your childhood you have everything that you want. Like, later on in your adulthood, since you had it already, you don't crave it.
You don't appreciate it.
But when your childhood is like struggle, or like just, you know, like not having what you want, you grow up wanting that shit so bad that it's like, I can't not have it. So and that's
it's know, not for
in most cases.
In most cases, not in all cases. But
right. That they say hard work pays off. Mm-hmm. Because it's usually the hard work, the one that pays off.
Of course.
I mean, you could take people for instance, like the Kardashians, but really they still work hard.
Of course, it's like
they were born in the whatever. But if you really
have to keep it going,
don't work and you don't keep investing, keep working, keep whatever, then
the
results
you have
to maintain it, and you have to learn.
The results will show. It's not like nobody's doing that for them. Like, you know.
Right.
They're doing that themselves.
But a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, but they were born rich and they're whatever. And I'm like, I could have been born rich too. And not everyone that's born rich does a lot of things with their lives. Actually, a lot of rich people end up broke like this. Because they don't know what the F to do with their lives. So there's a difference, but that's where we go back to, where do we start? We go back to how or what do we need to start?
Your why. I don't know if you remember, like, when we used to, like, you know, study all of this, but it's your why. Like, if you don't have a why,
right?
Because everything is super cool when you're motivated and when you're like, everything is good and you're in momentum, like. But when you're down and like shit isn't going your way and like you really have to get up every day and make yourself do stuff. I forgot what I was saying.
That's your why.
This is great. I love this.
The why.
The why. I love this, but this is reality.
That's your why.
So yes, when you're like in momentum and everything, when you don't have that, you need a why, because you need your discipline.
Right.
And that's part of like we go through that because we're like trying to build our discipline up, like with working out and just with doing like all the things we want to do, and it's hard.
Waking up,
like it's really really hard. It's hard, and then if you miss one day, like it's different. Like it's harder to get back to it, and it's just one day, and you would. But that makes you take long to start, because you're like, fuck, I can't stay consistent, and then it like. You try to do things to be consistent and to plan yourself and whatever, and even in doing that, you think you're helping yourself, and really you're just pushing it off more.
Right.
And that's something that I've realized. It's really crazy. Like all the things you do, and you're really just pushing off like what you have to just start doing it.
And this is what we do daily.
Bro, so, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but then when you do the shit that you're supposed to do, it feels so good.
It feels so good.
Because at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, dog, I got it done. Why the fuck didn't I do this a week ago?
So fast.
And then you're like, damn,
so
dog.
Quick. You're going to feel at the end of this podcast.
Exactly. We should just record like our little reaction after we finish this.
And then you're like, fuck, bro, why didn't I do this a minute ago? Look at it.
And it's something so small, like picking your car up. And it's like you get out of your car every day. Right. And you could really do it like every day, and you don't do it. And then when you do it and you sit in your car and it's picked up, you're like, oh my god.
You're like, que rico, right?
Nice, bro.
And it's little things like that, because you have to have your space nice and like, you know, like plan yourself, because your head needs to be working like correctly. Right. Like how you have your space and how you have your life, like how you have everything
the
planned.
Way you carry yourself,
you can't just be messy, like with everything. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'll see when I do this, like, you know, whatever, like, because that really does play a role in how you wake up every day, like how things go for you. You can't do anything 100%.
Okay.
Right. So this is what we're gonna do, because we could keep talking all night.
For real.
We can do this, but we have to give them time to adjust to us and what we're trying to give to them. Okay. I am gonna leave. We're gonna leave all the social medias. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it all at the end of the clip, so you guys can follow all of us, follow our journey that we are so happy to share with you guys.
Yes, sir.
And what we're gonna do, we're gonna close this episode in one word. Okay, we're all gonna say one word. In one word, how would you tell someone to start doing something?
God.
I know. Let's put our brains to work.
Why one word? I have so much to say.
Yeah. Oh, you're ready? Oh my God, she's talking.
You can't do it because I'm not.
Oh my God, she got shy. It's okay. Start.
Okay.
You gotta do like 19. Like 19. You see, you got me nervous. Like Nike, just do it.
Just do it.
Let me see.
Damn, dog. They'll get on your ass.
Why?
That's 3 words.
You're right.
Just do it.
Okay, just
No, I
say
said
Nike.
Nike.
Just be like Nike.
Like Nike.
Bring the bottom.
I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. I have my word.
Go.
Leap. Like leap of faith. Like take the leap.
Leap forward.
Oh my gosh.
What was it for?
No.
I forgot what it was.
In one word, we're leaving our audience one word so that they can go ahead and take that thing to start.
Take that thing to start.
One word. What do they have to do? One thing that you feel that they might have to do, or one word that you think might help them just take a little push. Take a little push.
I think, bruh. Take a little push. Okay. I would say to have discipline.
Discipline.
That's not one word.
Discipline. Discipline is the word.
Discipline is the key word. Discipline.
Discipline.
Without discipline, that's the base of everything.
Definitely. And my word for you guys is to believe.
Ooh, I like that.
Believe that you can and you will.
Yeah.
It's bullshit that, oh no, you can't have everything you want in life. If that's the way you want to see it, that's fine. I believe I can have everything that I want in life. Can I really? I don't know, but I believe that I can. And as long as I continue believing that I can, there's nothing that you can't have that you want to have. There's nothing you can't, and there's nothing you can't.
Yep.
Because bottom line is here. It's mindset. Everything is about mindset. And as long as you keep a strong mindset and believe in nothing and nobody but yourself, the sky's the limit. How is it? Sky, up, finger up, finger up, finger up.
To infinity
guys,
and beyond.
We'll see you in the next episode. Do you see what we're doing, guys? I hope you're doing it too. The sky's the limit. We're cheering with you guys.
Yes.
Sky's the limit, and we're out.